Hi, I'm here with Eddie Ballard. Eddie, how you doing?
Fantastic, mate. Yeah, really good.
Great to see you. And so, Eddie, you're currently the player coach at Bedfordshire County Cricket Club, and you're still doing a bit of work for KP?
Yeah, so obviously a little bit that's dried up a little bit with COVID. We're not obviously over in India at the moment, but once we can get back out there, then we certainly will be.
Brilliant, brilliant. And to say you've had a distinguished career in cricket, I think would be a bit of an understatement. I remember playing against you many years ago, and you seem to just whack us everywhere. So, it'd be great to hear a little bit about your story and your childhood playing cricket and how you sort of came into to playing as you do now.
Yeah, I think it was all down to my dad, really. Probably like everyone else, getting dragged down to a cricket ground when I was younger. Mum did the tees, and Dad was playing. I used to just sit there and throw balls at the guys that were going in next to bat. Dad only played village cricket, but it was just my childhood, really. I was at a cricket ground Saturday and Sunday all weekend, and then when I finally got to the age where I could actually start playing, joined the club and went from there. Really played junior cricket all through my life at Bishop Stortford, and then went through the Hertfordshire ranks from under 10s or under 9s, whatever it was then. It's not the same now, but lovely to go through that system and through that pathway. And very fortunate for me that I was able to do that all through up until sort of 17 when I got into the first team. So playing minor county cricket at Hertfordshire, and then went on to university. Was very lucky to go through the MCC University scheme at Cambridge, playing for the combined 11 in the second 11 trophy and championship, which then led to me getting an opportunity at Surrey, and having a season there. Things didn't quite work out probably how I would have wanted in the professional game for the longevity of it, but that's the way it works. Sometimes you don't quite get things exactly how you want. I was still playing at Hertfordshire at the time, so I think I'd done 4 or 5 years maybe of minor county cricket before I got an opportunity at a major county. It just shows how important that pathway was, really. Playing minor county cricket still does give you that opportunity, and it did then. It was a fantastic chance for me. I think we played a Hearts game against Surrey twos, and I got a few runs. Surrey sort of had a chat with me, and then we played Middlesex the following year for Hearts, and I got a few runs, and then they contacted me again, and that was sort of how it spiraled. So even just playing through the NCCA stuff, which was minor counties at the time, gave me that opportunity and the chance to give sort of professional cricket a go. And then, as I say, it didn't quite work out probably how I would have liked, but through the years playing for the MCC and the Club Cricket Conference, which again, 2 fantastic teams to play for and opportunities to tour and play some big teams at some great grounds. I carried on playing minor county cricket for Hearts. I think I was there maybe well over a decade. Very successful side. We got to Lords in the final of the trophy. And then went on and moved on. I moved my roles. I was working at Hertfordshire at the time, went and did a regional role covering Cambridgeshire, and I played a couple of years there. But then an opportunity came up at Bedfordshire, which was very difficult to turn down. The chance to sort of start from scratch and try and build something right from the bottom is something I hadn't had the opportunity to do. I'd been at 2 pretty successful sides, and this was something that I really felt I could give a proper go to. It was extremely disappointing last year not to be able to play any competitive games. We put together what I think is a fantastic squad, and something that I think we can really go quite far with if we can get everyone to stay together. But last year very disappointing, and then hopefully now moving forwards we can give it a real crack this year.
No, that sounds brilliant. And I have to ask, knowing the scholar that you are, what did you study at Cambridge?
Believe me, I wasn't at Cambridge. You know that true. At the time, I wanted to be a PE teacher, so I did sports science, physical education. So at the time, that's what I wanted to do. Cricket then sort of took over, and sort of backbenched that. And then I ended up going full time into coaching. I started working on the development side as a cricket development officer, and then a program manager doing the regional role. But then I've moved more into the performance side of coaching now.
Brilliant. So it's great to see how you've sort of come through that national county system, and not only did you get an opportunity to to play at a major county, but also you've been now coaching for what, how long, 10, 15 years?
Yeah, I would say so. Yeah, from a performance point of view, be well over 10 years now.
No, it's great to see, and it's another great story really to how cricket grows and develops as you go through those pathways. So just touching a little bit on the importance of national county cricket, which I know you've already spoken about in parts. I mean, was there anything specific that helped you with regards to being at Hertfordshire? Was it quite a good family feeling? Was it good that it was local? How did the national county program, I guess, help you on your journey?
I think growing up, it was a very interesting environment. You know, you get thrust into something at sort of 15, 16 years old when you're 12th man and you're sort of waiting for an opportunity. But it was such a fantastic atmosphere at Hertfordshire. I could not speak a bad word about how the guys were. You know, I was very much taken in. I was given an opportunity at a very young age, and I made lifelong friends at Hertfordshire, friends that I still very, very close to now. And I think that's probably the main thing at Hearts. It was real close group of guys. We were a very successful side. Like I said, we got to Lords in I think that was 2011. It was just a great group of guys to be around, and we almost just played off of each other. Guys were very successful while we were there, and it was just an unbelievable place to play at the time.
No, it's fantastic, and it's interesting that, you know, as last week, in case you didn't see Eddie, we had quite a special did comment on the friendships made within cricket, and then actually it was Jeff's most important fact of cricket was that the people he'd come across and develop relationships with was his core value to why he wanted to play cricket. Would you say that's something similar for you?
100%. I've been, I suppose, fortunate to play in a lot of different teams and a lot of different environments with some extraordinary characters, some characters that potentially are very quiet. But I've made some fantastic friends, not just through the NCCA stuff and minor county stuff, which used to be, but the MCC, the Club Cricket Conference, being able to go and experience the world essentially with different people every time. People that, you know, you go on tours and stuff where you turn up at Lords and you haven't met some of the players before. You've got to spend 2 or 3 weeks with them somewhere. It's a fantastic experience, and cricket is something like no other, really.
Yeah.
It's a truly remarkable sport, and the opportunities that you are offered, especially in this country, are second to none.
Yeah, that's funny. I mean, and just for our viewers today, I mean, have you got a list of the countries you've been to play cricket?
We'd be here for a long time. We would be here for a long time. I have been very fortunate. I have got to play in some extraordinary places, some places that you probably would think, why would you be going there for cricket? But they have been some of the best memories that I could ever ask for. Some of those trips will never be forgotten, and some of those memories, not just on the cricket pitch in those places, but the stuff that we were able to do in those countries were, you know, you'll never forget them.
Fantastic. And I mean, looking towards this season and Bedfordshire, I suppose, any sort of fixtures that stand out for you, or any ambitions for silverware? Where are we going?
Yeah, I think I would absolutely love us to try and get some silverware. I'm also very aware that we've started a project, and we are at the start of that project. Last year was obviously curtailed, and we weren't able to begin that, but I feel like I've managed to put together a very strong squad, something that probably Bedfordshire haven't had in recent years. And from my point of view, I would love us to win something, but at the same time, I want to be realistic in the fact that we are in the midst of a project and something that we are trying to change long term. But some of the performances and stuff that we saw last year from some of the guys, I would not rule that out. I mean, we have got some seriously talented cricketers, some great young guys coming through now who are on the Northants Academy as well, Bedford lads, and some very experienced players. And I would absolutely love to say that I would see some silverware at the end of the season. I think we've got a fantastic chance in the 50 over stuff. It's a real shame for me that the T20 stuff has gone, because I think we had a great chance in that as well. But like I say, we're at the start of a project. We've got a fantastic group of lads, and if we can push something for silverware in the first year of creating this, then I would be ecstatic.
No, it's brilliant. And I mean, I love the idea of, just for our viewers, that some of these, you know, it takes time to develop sometimes a winning side, but we're certainly, by the sounds of it, Bedfordshire are on the right path.
Yeah, I think so. We, like I say, we've had a very small time to put together what. I mean, I came in to my role maybe 18 months ago now, and I've probably only seen the players 10 times, which is quite extraordinary to think. But that whole winter period of putting together that squad, getting ready for that season, and then it not happening was quite tough. But we've found ways to add to that squad in terms of some of the younger boys, and it's exciting. I'm very excited about what could happen at Bedfordshire, and I think it's something that in recent years specifically it hasn't been that way. And like I say, I'm very excited about what we could do.
Yeah, I'm sure people have realised now. I know you fairly well, and just while I've got you, I think I have to ask the question that your mindset to cricket and your mindset to batting are pretty unique, actually quite special, I think, and certainly something that has factored into the success you have had as a player and the teams around you have had. I mean, are you able to share any of those sort of words of wisdom that normally you think about when you bat?
Yeah, I think I've probably changed my mindset a little bit from when I was trying to play professional cricket. I was very much thinking about every ball and trying to make sure I stayed in as long as I possibly could and bat for as long as I could. The game has changed a lot since I was playing at that stage. 2020 cricket had just come in, and I've just had to find a way to make myself adaptable, playing more and more white ball cricket, which at the point of me trying to be a professional just wasn't around, and trying to change the way I play. I've become something that I wish I was when I was trying to be a professional, an attacking, positive batsman, but someone who will just back the fact that he feels he can play those shots. I think a lot of times I deal with youngsters who will play those shots in the nets but won't have the confidence to play them in a game, and I think sometimes you just have to say to yourself in the back of your head, I've got this, and if something comes down and it's in your arc, you have to back that shot. Sometimes it's not going to come off and you're going to get out. But if you've got a specific role in a team and that is your role, you play that role. There's no need to change the way you play if your role is set in stone. And I think in white ball cricket, I've been very fortunate that I've played in teams where I have had that ability to play that role. And if it doesn't come off, it doesn't come off. It's not the end of the world. We've got players behind me. And that's probably the thing that's really helped, having a strong side below to be able to have someone go and play that way at the top of the innings. And it's enjoyable. There's nothing better than from the start of a game, I guess, being positive and having a bit of a dip, and trying to get your team off to the start that your role is associated to.
No, that's brilliant. That's brilliant. So, right, a couple of quick fire questions for you then, as we like to do. Favourite ground?
I'm sure everyone will say Lords, and I love Lords, but my favourite ground is Kensington Oval in Barbados. I've never played at a ground quite as extraordinary as that place.
No, brilliant. Fastest bowler you've ever faced?
Oh, probably Friedel de Vet. He was not nice to face.
Whiz a couple through.
Yeah, he did whiz a couple through. That was in a second team game. He'd just come over from South Africa as an overseas player at Hampshire and decided he fancied a little rollout. Was not quite what I needed, I don't think.
Strangest place you've ever played cricket?
Well, this list could go on. Probably Belize. That probably is the strangest place. I guess from the fact that I wasn't even really aware of the place before I went there. So to find out that I was going there to play and then to have to Google it and double check where it was probably makes it the strangest place.
No, brilliant. And your favourite umpire?
Oh, Ben Debenham, no doubt. I've known Ben for a long, long time. He's a fantastic bloke. And I think he holds a record for the most dismissals given in a day in first class cricket. I'd have to double check with him, but I've got a funny feeling it's something like that. Syed Ajmal was bowling and he's adamant everything was out.
Eddie, it's been a privilege. Thank you so much.
No problems, mate. Thanks for having me.